I can't say this more than I already have, but July 2025 will be the best month for anime fans this year, as we're being absolutely spoiled with wonderful anime releases like A Couple of Cuckoos Season 2, My Dress Up Darling Season 2, Rent a Girlfriend Season 4, Grand Blue Dreaming Season 2, and many, many more awesome things lined up for summer. Last month, I've asked all of you guys in a poll, which of the following upcoming anime are you most hyped for in July 2025? A whopping 290 of you guys have placed your votes, and the people have spoken. So I thought, why not check out the results and talk about it? But before we get into this results video, if you are new here, just consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And like the video to push us on out into that YouTube algorithm. So I had asked you guys, out of A Couple of Cuckoos Season 2, My Dress Up Darling Season 2, Rent a Girlfriend Season 4, or Grand Blue Dreaming Season 2, which are you most excited for? So with all that in mind, let's see which one you guys have justified as Hype Master for July 2025. Coming in at 4th place is Grand Blue Dreaming Season 2 with a mere 8% in the polls. Iori Kitahara moves to a coastal town for his first year of university. He ends up joining a diving club, which is unlike any diving club you could ever imagine, managing to get himself into a lot of alcoholic and adult situations, especially when put out of context to surrounding people. Grand Blue Dreaming is an extraordinarily funny anime that a friend had introduced me to, all about summertime, friendship, love, and university life. Oh, and diving sometimes. Yeah, if you ignore all of the hilarity, there's some diving involved. Yes. I am very excited to see what Grand Blue Dreaming has in store for its long-awaited second season. This is definitely one of the funniest animes I've ever seen, and July 2025 is the perfect time to showcase more of the wonderful, wacky world of the Grand Blue. With that out of the way, we're left with 3 hard-hitting contenders. Coming in at 3rd place in the polls is A Couple of Cuckoos Season 2 with 20% of the vote. The truth is dumped onto Nagi Umino and Erika Amano that they've been living with a non-biological family for their whole lives after an accident at the hospital during birth, and the two families go to meet each other to furthermore dump a surprise marriage engagement between the two against their will. A Couple of Cuckoos is one of the perfect animes to me, with a spot on my top 10 favorite list. It has a long and lengthy story with various pivot and realization points, with a few overarching mysteries lurking in the background. Whether you're a romantic comedy, mystery, or harem fan, this show has something for you. A Couple of Cuckoos Season 2 is my personal most anticipated July release out of the 4, and will definitely be my absolute focus come July. I can't wait to see more depth in this fateful world, especially when you add a new Cuckoo girl in the ranks. And honestly, I think A Couple of Cuckoos Season 2 will have one of the strongest comebacks in anime history when it comes to the brand new, beautiful art style that absolutely blew me away. Sometimes I don't even believe my eyes when I'm looking at their trailers. Look at that! You can see the eye! Oh! Alright, so with all that in mind, we have our final 2 contestants. My Dress Up Darling Season 2 and Rent a Girlfriend Season 4. Which of these 2 shows come with the most hype? Coming in at 2nd place in the polls, drum roll please, 2nd place is greeted by My Dress Up Darling Season 2 with 22%, having Rent a Girlfriend Season 4 come on top as the July 2025 Hype Master. But more on that later. Beating A Couple of Cuckoos Season 2 by 2-point percentages, Wakana Gojo and Marin Kitagawa, 2 people from seemingly different worlds, until one evening when they've realized they're more similar than anyone would think as a friendship blossoms between the two. Wakana helps Marin to live her cosplayer dreams with his skills in sewing and creating outfits, and Marin helps him out in any way she can. My Dress Up Darling is one one of the most beautifully and fluidly animated pieces I've ever seen, so I'm ecstatic to see more in their upcoming season. My Dress Up Darling initially wasn't supposed to get a sequel, as the studio somehow thought this show wouldn't be too successful, as it's fairly niche. But great surprises entails My Dress Up Darling as a masterclass romantic comedy with a spot in my top 10 favorites list. I have made a video about its second season, which if you're interested, click the annotation in the top right corner. Wakana and Marine have one of my top favorite romances, and I can't wait to get soaked back into the beautiful world of My Dress Up Darling come July. And last, but certainly not least, we have Rent a Girlfriend absolutely dominating the polls with 50% of the vote, winning the first place Hype Master of July. We're talking literally half of nearly 300 of you guys who have voted. The highest vote went to Rent a Girlfriend. So shout out to their 4th season, and we're looking forward to their adventures in Hawaii. Kazuya Kinoshita has recently been dumped by his first ever girlfriend. Feeling completely down in the dumps and heartbroken, he discovers this dating app, but not just your average dating app, a rental girlfriend app, where Kazuya coincidentally meets the love of his life under the stage name of Chizuru Mizuhara. Rent a Girlfriend is a chaotic university love life full of romance, secrecy, and revelations. A world where anything you'd expect to happen won't happen, and it'll be a surprising opposite, while also being one of the most sad and emotional slice of life romantic comedies up there, where you're almost forced to cry every time. In that factor, I'd put as high as Clannad. So if you're a romance and harem fan who loves to have a good cry like myself, this is definitely a show for you. So knowing all we know from the first 3 seasons, we know our 4th season lands us a trip abroad in Hawaii. So I'm very hyped to see all of the romantic endeavors with all of the women in Kazuya's life, and how things may change in Hawaii. And something I'm actually wondering is how all of the women have conveniently followed him there. Rent a Girlfriend may not be in my top 10 favorites list, but it is in my top 20 favorites list. So I'm very hyped to see where the story leads us next and what's next in store for Kazuya Kinoshita. Massive shout out to you guys who've left a comment with your thoughts. We've got Niti Sharma saying, I'm hyped for both My Dress Up Darling and A Couple of Cuckoos. So am I, my friend. July definitely may be a slow month for uploads on the channel with the sheer amount of anime we'll have in July. We've got Kai in the house, or should I say in the Ami Umi house, saying, Cuckoos, still surreal. I couldn't agree more. Their brand new art style is probably the most beautiful art style I've ever seen in my life. And again, I feel like this may be one of the biggest comebacks in anime history. I know a lot of people aren't too happy with the new character designs, but whether someone likes it or not, you've got to admit, this is the biggest glow up of the decade. So shout out to you, my friend. Jason Wares coming in saying both. I'm very excited for you. With all of the titles in July alone, we'll be eating well this summer. Walgreens.com saying, some atrocious Grand Blue disrespect going on here. I will excitedly be watching all of these. Honestly, I was pretty shocked to see the results for Grand Blue Dreaming. I'm guessing it's too underrated or unknown where some people don't even know about it. I also think a lack of an English dub blocked off a lot of potential people even knowing about or hearing about it. Many shows that lack an English dub from my experience perform not the greatest outside of Japan. My favorite examples are Our Dating Story, The Experienced You and The Inexperienced Me, and Days with My Stepsister, and some others, both of which I absolutely adore, by the way, but I feel like they were greatly underrepresented and made unknown and unpopular, lacking an English dub. So in turn, I feel like Grand Blue Dreaming suffered from the same effect. But nevertheless, I am happy to hear you'll be excitedly watching all 4 of these titles, because I will be in the same boat as you. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy, and if you did, just consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, tell me what you thought. Make sure to stay observant to the channel because very soon I'm going to be putting out another poll that I can't wait to see the results of. So, massive shout out to all 290 of you guys who have participated in the poll. You can follow me at TLBBlueJ on X, or at Eric_BlueJ on Instagram. If you would like to see my catalog of anime fan art drawings, feel free to shoot me a friend request on my anime list, also at TLBBlueJ. And if you would like to see my discussion on Rent a Girlfriend Season 4, click the video you're currently seeing on your screen. Or maybe if you'd rather see my thoughts on My Dress Up Darling Season 2, which if that's the case, click the other video that you're currently seeing on your screen.